Yet in the middle of this global manufacturing squeeze, one Indonesian automotive supplier is reporting numbers that defy the surrounding chaos: Astra Otoparts. The Strait of Hormuz is a maritime corridor just 33 kilometers wide, yet it channels roughly 20% of the world's oil. Right now, escalating conflict involving the US, Israel, and Iran has turned this crucial artery into a severe bottleneck. Since March 1st, at least 16 commercial vessels have been hit while passing through the strait, or sitting at anchorage. What used to be standard waiting zones for massive cargo ships have become active danger zones. To avoid these waters, shipping companies are forcing vessels into massive detours. This rerouting, combined with sudden congestion at alternative Middle Eastern ports, is adding 10 to 14 days to standard transit times. Those extra days on the water carry a steep financial penalty. Shipping lines are now slapping companies with war risk and emergency logistical surcharges, inflating freight costs by an additional $2,000 to $4,000 for every single container. For decades, the global automotive industry has relied on lean manufacturing, a system where parts arrive exactly when needed to keep storage costs low. A 2-week delay and surging freight fees break that system completely. The disruption goes well beyond the ships themselves. With a fifth of the world's oil supply threatened, crude prices are climbing. That directly inflates the cost of petrochemical derivatives and plastic resins used in auto parts. A modern vehicle contains between 150 and 200 kilograms of plastic components, from interior panels to fluid sleeves. When oil prices spike, the mathematical reality is that every single car becomes more expensive to build. There is also a secondary crisis threatening the technology inside those cars. Recent drone strikes have targeted regional industrial ports, forcing massive natural gas extraction facilities offline. These plants are critical sources of helium. Helium is a non-negotiable byproduct required to manufacture semiconductors. Analysts are now warning that a halt in Middle Eastern helium production could trigger a 4 to 6 month disruption in the global supply of computer chips. For Indonesian automakers, this creates a perfect storm. Export routes are choked, critical tech components are delayed, domestic buyers are squeezed by inflation, keeping the national market stalled at what industry experts call the 1 million sales trap, struggling to break past 1 million units sold annually. Yet in the middle of this global manufacturing squeeze, one Indonesian automotive supplier is reporting numbers that defy the surrounding chaos: Astra Otoparts. Astra's 2025 revenue jumped from 19.07 to 19.9 trillion rupiah. Cash equivalents swelled from 3.6 to 4.5 trillion, providing a massive buffer against supply shocks. Total equity rose from 15.5 to 16.9 trillion, expanding their net worth. These numbers are not the result of a lucky market windfall. They are the mathematical proof of a rigid corporate structure designed specifically to insulate itself from external volatility. The operational mechanics behind these numbers were detailed at the company's recent 2026 exhibition. They call their defensive framework 3D4D. The first two components stand for deflated costs and a decarbonized future. These mandates force strict compliance with environmental, social, and governance standards, establishing a baseline of ruthless energy efficiency across their operations. But the critical mechanism is the third component, the digital sprint. This initiative intentionally moves the company away from the vulnerable just-in-time supply model that the rest of the industry relies on. Instead of waiting for parts to arrive at the last minute, Astra uses artificial intelligence and advanced analytics for predictive inventory management. By forecasting demand and safety stock levels in real time, they can anticipate and absorb the 14-day maritime shipping delays out of the Strait of Hormuz without slowing down production. They are also automating manufacturing processes across their 37 subsidiaries, starting right on the factory floor. By mapping out the most efficient distribution routes, they generate enough internal savings to offset those crushing $4,000 container surcharges. Astra Otoparts replaced the physical vulnerabilities of the global supply chain with digital armor. Back on the ground in Indonesia, broader economic pressures and inflation are forcing consumers to delay buying new cars, meaning they are holding on to their aging vehicles for much longer. The mathematical consequence of this aging fleet is a surge in repair demand. The domestic automotive aftermarket is now projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 8.3% through 2032. Astra is capturing this demand through its massive retail and service networks, utilizing established chains like Shop and Drive and Auto 2000 to dominate high-frequency maintenance and repair work across the country. To capture the highly price-sensitive, aspiring middle class, Astra is heavily producing certified, multi-brand replacement parts. These components give consumers the quality assurance they need without the premium price tag of original manufacturer equipment. Looking forward, the company is deploying its accumulated cash reserves to build out the specialized maintenance infrastructure required for the incoming wave of hybrid and battery electric vehicles. True corporate resiliency is not achieved by simply outlasting a geopolitical disruption. It requires using financial discipline and digital innovation to continuously upgrade your operations, ensuring you are building a stronger ship while the waves are still crashing.